What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. In the latest of bombshell revelations for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there were reveals from Marvel Studios to bring a brand new actor into the MCU that absolutely no one had reported on in the last 2 years leading up to the film. If you're brand new to my channel or channels like mine, one of the things we report on ubiquitously is all of the casting reports and rumors from inside the industry. And because Hollywood is extremely small and people love to talk, if you're an actor with even a modicum of success or notoriety, if there's anything to do with Marvel Studios, it usually makes headlines. Well, not in the case of today's reveal. Daniel Craig was supposed to have a cameo in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We're going to talk about that scene, why it didn't happen, how it led to John Krasinski being brought in instead, and one industry insider tagging on to the back of this report saying that we may see him again in the future of the MCU. We're going to break down all the details from Daniel Craig's now deleted scene from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But first, if you could consider grabbing the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider scoop and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. We're right around the corner from the next one, so if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this news actually broke in two places yesterday almost simultaneously. It started with Deadline's Justin Kroll revealing that John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic was not originally appearing in the film, that on the Illuminati Council, Reed Richards wasn't one of the members. Instead, it would have been Daniel Craig playing Boulder the Brave, that's Thor's half-brother. The reason that this didn't come to fruition was that he was living in London at the time and would have had to travel overseas to film the cameo. Did not think that the risk of COVID, given when this was filming and the resurgence in cases, was worth traveling outside the country, the risk to his health or his family, which I can completely understand. Instead, then, he was replaced by John Krasinski with Mr. Fantastic on the council. Definitely want to point out that maybe it was an easy replacement for Marvel and John Krasinski because he's already in line to play the main continuity 616, maybe a reach, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Now, to add on to this news, my friend Paul over at Heavy Spoilers, if you somehow haven't seen his channel, you should definitely check it out. It's great. Felt safe revealing on social media once this report was out there that the death he would have suffered at Wanda's hand would have been Wanda talking him into killing himself, just more in line with the very gruesome and solitary deaths that we see Black Bolt and Mr. Fantastic suffer at Wanda's hand, figuratively and literally. Now, it would stand to reason if it was only COVID and at the time that stopped Daniel Craig from working with Marvel Studios, and if they had already agreed to want to work together, considering that the multiversal shenanigans have literally just begun, that we may see him again in the future of the MCU. And in fact, industry insider Daniel Rickman via his Patreon yesterday sent out a blast saying just that he's hearing Daniel Craig is actually up for discussions to come back to the MCU at some point. Now, whether or not that would be the same role or we're set to see Boulder the Brave, the original rumors for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with those Illuminati council members had Boulder the Brave in it. And if they've already cast for that role, Daniel Craig is up to play it, I don't see why we wouldn't see him again somewhere down the line in the future of the MCU. Now, I know this is going to immediately prompt some of you here at the channel who are always in super sleuth mode to point to Thor Love and Thunder because it's the next film up, and the logic here would be if they're introducing Balder the Brave, Thor's half-brother, in Multiverse of Madness, and there's any multiversal shenanigans at all in Thor Love and Thunder, which I think there might be, and we'll talk about that in future theory videos here at the channel, then that's a great place for him to show up again. I kind of want to pump the brakes on that for a couple of reasons, though. It sounds like the negotiations for this role were towards the end of last year. Both the script and the filming for Thor Love and Thunder have been done for quite some time. And yes, you can always bring someone in and film a cameo, but that film's already set to feature about 1 million versions of Thor's character, and that's not if there's Beta Ray Bill in the film. So I'm just assuming at this point it may have been a little too late in the game. So Daniel Rickman is pretty on the money with this stuff. He's a very trusted industry insider, but if there is a discussion for him to come back as that character, I have to think that's somewhere further down the line if the Illuminati from a different universe or 838 should show up, not somewhere here in the midst of Thor Love and Thunder. Speaking of which, I think one of the things that has me most excited about this is the fact that nobody nailed this report, that had he made it into a cameo, we would have all been surprised seeing him in the theater. Marvel Studios being able to keep one of these castings on a major actor like that under wraps, that's exciting to me. I'm very glad that even some of these more cracked industry insider editorials like Deadline or The Hollywood Reporter, or even some of these crazy industry insiders filmmakers with their sources that no one knew this was coming. Makes me excited for the future of the MCU and the possibilities of the cameos there. My final thought about this, though, with the replacement of John Krasinski, I feel like that's not something you line up if, then, and in case. I feel like that's something you go with because you have it on the hip. What I'm trying to say is that I feel like John Krasinski was probably already in line to play Mr. Fantastic, so they went ahead and jumped the gun and put him as a cameo in this film before we see him in the main film. I don't think that's something that you go and line up after you don't have a cameo from Boulder the Brave. I also think that that scene was made infinitely more cool by putting Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, in it instead of Boulder the Brave. I'm a huge comic fan, and I barely know Boulder the Brave. Mr. Fantastic is one of the best and most famous protagonists in the comics for all the runs for Fantastic Four and some of the major crossover events. Way cooler choice for a movie called Multiverse of Madness, especially alongside characters like Professor X and Captain Carter. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. A, do you like Daniel Craig in the MCU? And B, if not Boulder the Brave, is there a different role you could see him in? I know this BossLogic concept art of Daniel Craig as Mr. Fantastic I used for the thumbnail is actually pretty incredible. It's actually pretty awesome, but I can't see anybody other than John Krasinski in that role now. During the Illuminati scene, he just was 100% Reed Richards, and I just want more of that. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's jump into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s every 20,000 subscribers, all the way up to 1 million. We're almost to 960. That's the next winner announcement. So all you have to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Unfortunately, the WhatsApp spammers are still extremely pervasive on YouTube. I've been a YouTuber for almost 5 years. It has never been like this. They hit my channel, it seems like every other week. Friends of my channels, there's a lot of comic channels suffering. There's a lot of channels in general across the YouTube platform suffering. I feel like I need to do a PSA at the channel, but it's just something we're combating now. If you see a WhatsApp comment down below on any of your comments, if somebody messages you, if someone comments on some of your comments and says you've won a PlayStation or a prize and uses my picture, but the account is a WhatsApp phone number, and then they tell you to contact them and send you money, it is a scam. It is absolutely 100% a scam. If you feel like it might be, it 100% is. Please be vigilant. I never ask for money. I never ask for anybody for shipping or anything like that. I announce winners in videos. I then subscribe to your channel, verify your account, and send it out, and it's literally that easy. So guys, please be vigilant, please be safe on the platform. I hate that I have to keep bringing this up, but it's just something that YouTube is dealing with, and I've been in contact with them, but we've been going on 2 months with this, and then they disappear for a month, and then they come back. So just be vigilant. Do not give anybody money on the internet. If it feels like it might be a scam, it is. I love you guys. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.